about how you guys came along to hang out with Clinton and have him be a part of the new record.
Well, we've toured with Seven Dust several times, and every time we've toured with him, it's always been a great like family vibe, and we really get along with those guys. And we've always loved Clint's work, and he's always expressed how he's been a fan of the band. So it just seemed like
come out and do a song with us too.
Yeah, he'd even come on stage and do This Time's For Real with us. So we just thought it was like somebody that we really respected and felt comfortable with, and we asked him if he wanted to be involved, and he was more than happy.
Because looking back at the past and the history of the band, that you guys really like to produce and engineer your own stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are really in control of the sound
well,
of the band.
This is a self-produced record. Clint worked on this track, but it's also, it's co-produced with the band. We also worked with Sahaj from Ra on another single, Against the Wall. But, yeah, I mean, all of us are pretty much producing bands and pursuing that as well, helping bands develop and create their own sounds. So it's something that we've been ready for. We've been working on preparing ourselves to get us ready to start self-producing. And the rest of these, it's just 2 songs produced one by Clint and one by Sahaj, the rest by the band.
Okay. Because, as you just said, away from Ill Nino, you guys are extremely busy, too. You're not just hanging out, waiting for the tour to start. You guys have got other things going on. If you could just tell me a little bit about what goes on.
Chris and I have a production company called Sound Wars, and we also have the recording studio, Sound Wars Studios, which we have a recording studio and rehearsal studios. And we have a blast. We really enjoy what we do, We were talking earlier, because Chris, we do have a great relationship, a very brotherly relationship, and the only thing we never really completely 100% agree on is when the name Ill Nino comes up. Then all of a sudden this cloud of seriousness comes through.
Actually, Laz, right now I disagree with what you're saying.
Well, that's typical of you to say when we mentioned the words Ill Nino.
I disagree with that statement you just made.
But also the
Ahrue also produces, though.
Yeah, I have a studio in Denver and a production company called Illustrious Productions, and we did all the tracking was done at our studios. Like besides the drums were done in Texas, but the bass and the vocals were done at Laz and Chris's studio, and all the guitars were done at my studio in Denver. And then everything was ported on the internet over to Los Angeles to be mixed.
Actually, Lagudi, a good friend of ours who is also our sound engineer, who took us to the Metallica headquarters today, helped out a little bit on the record also.
He also reamped the guitars in Long Island, I think. That's where his studio is.
This record was a kind of a family affair,
Absolutely.
It was mixed by Eddie Wall, who's worked on 4 of the last 5 records, on the production end. And in this record, he came on board to mix. So it was cool to keep that family vibe.
And in seeking, a couple of people to co-produce some of the tracks with us, I think that was the intent. We didn't want to seek out like an estranged producer who maybe didn't know the band or perhaps was in it just for the money or needed to fill up some time. We actually went out and, we wanted to do it with friends, first and foremost, and with people that we admire as songwriters.
And you had just shortly spoken that you guys went to the Metallica headquarters today.
Yes, today.
Many people have not been in there, obviously.
It's amazing.
They didn't let me in.
It was a very restricted admission. People that disagree with the singer of Ill Nino were not let in.
I mean, when I walked in, it was like I just became a kid again. Yeah. I mean, it was just like instant.
It was true. Yeah. He's not lying. Drool was coming out of his mouth, and we had to put diapers on him right away. Actually, as soon as we walked in, we had to put diapers on Ahrue. It was amazing.
And then they gave me some Metallica water. Well, it was a water, but it was from Metallica headwaters. So
of course it does.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing experience going there. It literally is a Metallica factory.
I really should have. You know, I'm a little upset that I didn't go because Metallica was. I was the first person to be into Metallica. Okay,
in the whole world. In the whole world.
I was the first person
ever.
I was number one, and I got I took a lot of heat for it. Because everyone, when I was in high school, was still listening to Priest and Maiden, and I had Metallica, Ride the Lightning on the back of my jean jacket.
Ride the Lightning. That's their second record.
Well,
I was into them on the first record.
Yeah, but did you ever have their artwork on your jacket?
No, but I had their first record.
I know. Come on now, I had the first record way before you even heard of Metallica. Okay?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna disagree with you there. So we
wow,
can do the,
I'm learning things right now that we do not only disagree about Ill Nino, we also disagree about Metallica.
Well, these are two serious names here, Ill Nino and Metallica, two bands that are very dear to my life. Metallica was one of my biggest influences. I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to play music. Well, Motley Crue was number one, and then Metallica was number two.
Well, Metallica was number one for me.
But is it one of the only reasons that you had a leather jacket with fringes?
No, I didn't have the fringes.
Yes, you did. Don't lie. I saw a picture. I look
like a gangster from the Bronx, man.
Yeah, you had fringes on your leather jacket.
I look like a biker I look like a nomad.